Hey everyone, Shabby here and welcome back to our next pay-per-view here in the SWE Universe mode. Today it is all about Octane and it's the big one you've all been waiting for, of course, live from San Francisco. Main event tonight will be Kenny Omega versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the Octane Championship. And we are starting tonight's show off with a big high-flying match as Neville, who has been really in form so far in this Universe mode, takes on Andrew Everett, another great high flyer. I think Andrew Everett's actually making his debut in Season 3 of SWE. I don't think we've seen him yet. Let me have a gander. It's pretty dark, I can't see my paperwork very well. No, I'm pretty sure we haven't seen him yet. So far Neville has defeated Tyler Breeze, Tyson Kidd and Akira Tozawa in this Universe mode. He's looked pretty damn good along the way. He needed to because he was pretty low down the rankings. He needed a bit of a boost. I think he's definitely got himself a lot higher up the rankings now, but still not quite enough. He hasn't wrestled a main event yet, has he? No, he hasn't. So let's have a quick look at what he's got. So Neville was on 81 ranking points. So with the 3 victories he's currently gained, he's up to 96 ranking points. A win here will put him up to 106, which would really move him very, very high up the rankings. Of course, a lot of people in this Universe mode are brand new this year. Brand new cause. So the people that haven't wrestled yet, all still on 100 ranking points. And of course, if Neville does win this match, he gets 10 ranking points, which will move him above all those people, which will, like I said, be a really massive, massive growth for him. Andrew Everett, how's he doing? He's doing okay, I think, isn't he? Where is Andrew Everett? I thought he was high up, actually. I might be wrong. No, he's down towards the bottom as well, actually. Andrew Everett done 85 points. Of course, remember, this is a pay-per-view, so if you lose at a pay-per-view, it's minus 10. Which means that Andrew Everett, if he loses this match, he will go rock-solid bottom of the rankings on his own. Now, of course, we are having to build as many people up as we can because we had quite a few people in this this season who did have a very good time in Season 1. The likes of Adrian Neville on 81 ranking points. Aleister Black was down on 78, but he's now won back-to-back matches over 2 weeks. We had Davey Richards on 85, Andrew Everett on 85, The Miz on 93, Apollo Crews 93, Sheamus 95, Cody Rhodes 95, British Bulldog 96. So we've got a lot of work to do to really build these people out. And of course, Tetsuya Naito started on 78, but of course, Naito with the victory against Tommaso Ciampa last week at the pay-per-view means that the pay-per-view in the main event of the show is what I meant to say, means that he has now gained himself 10 ranking points now. So he's moved up a bit, but still not where he wants to be. Needs to move up a bit more, doesn't he? So I feel like next month as well, we're still going to continue having to build certain people up, but oh wow, super powerbomb there by Andrew Everett on Neville. But of course it all depends on our main event here this evening and what happens, doesn't it? We've got Tanahashi versus Omega for the Octane Championship. Also later on we're going to see El Generico taking on Tyler Breeze. We've got Pete Dunne defending the European Championship against Sheamus. Lita defends the Women's Championship against Tessa Blanchard. The Young Bucks defend their Tag Team Championships against the New Day. Hirumu Takahashi defends the Cruiserweight Championship against Mistico as well. So a lot of action going on. We've actually got some commentators here today. Neville looking for that deadlift German suplex on the outside. Interesting little arena this one, isn't it? It's one I found on their community creations, and I thought it just suited this brand quite well because it's purple, obviously. I thought I got rid of the... I must have buggered it up somewhere. I was supposed to get rid of the WWE logos on the ring, but I think I may have came out before I'd saved it properly. I don't know. Oh, powerbomb there by not Adrian Neville, the other guy. Andrew Everett. And Everett breaking the referee's count and going straight back out to the assault on Neville. And that's what Andrew Everett needs to do. He's seen so far people struggle against Neville. Neville's been absolutely dominant. I think Everett knows that once he's got the control of the match, he needs to continue being dominant. Otherwise, Neville could quite easily get back into it just like this. Also, in next month after this pay-per-view, so we're going to see the introduction of a few new people, of course. I've been struggling with cores since the game started. We're 2 months into the game now. We're starting to get a lot more cores. I have got quite a few interesting ones. Of course, we've got Elias Sampson on the game now as well. Drew McIntyre, proper ones on the game now. So we'll see a lot more of those people. Inverted 450 there by Neville on Andrew Everett. I've got a good Morgan Webster now, so we'll see a bit of Flash Morgan Webster. I've got the Colony, Soldier Ant, Red Ant and Green Ant, I think it was. I've got LIG. So I've got quite a few people now that we can start to use that we didn't have last month. And Ultramantis Black and Hallow Wicked as well. Got some cool stuff going on. Neville now is in control of Andrew Everett. Remember, Neville was able to make Akira Tozawa tap out in a very, very short period of time in the last show with that Rings of Saturn style submission. Neville taking Everett up, and Everett managed to fall out the back of that suplex. Everett now taking Neville up. Super powerbomb sprung him off the ropes. That is vicious. That is really, really vicious. Everett bringing Neville back up. Reverse Rana. Neville spiked. There's the pin. 1, 2. Still only a 2 count. Neville kicked out. This would be a massive win, this, for Andrew Everett. Could he pull this one off? Like I say, Neville has been absolutely dominant so far. He's really picked up a lot of momentum, and I just felt like this would be another one in his wake, to be honest. But Andrew Everett really showing some incredible veins of form. Diving through with a DDT. Neville, Hurricanrana of his own. Neville now gets on the back of Everett into a German suplex. Referees counting. Again, remember, a count-out draw would gain both guys nothing. But it wouldn't be a loss on either of their records, so it probably wouldn't be a bad one for them. Because the thing is with pay-per-views now is because we're making the loss double as well, rather than just the... last season we had, if you won at a pay-per-view, you got your double points, but no matter what happened, you lost 5. But now we've made it 10. It just means that there's a lot more at stake now. Nice roll through there by Neville. Bringing Andrew Everett back up to his feet. Into the corner. Oh, right hand there by Everett, and another stiff right hand Neville fighting back. Sending Everett into the corner. I think he really needs to put him in the corner for something. He's lining something up, isn't he? Neville now hooking the legs of Everett over that top rope. Looks like he's going to go for a superplex once again. He does, and he hits it. I think that hurts Neville as well as Everett, but it does do a lot of damage to the back, and if you are looking to lock in that Rings of Saturn submission just like this, then that superplex could really help you out. And there we go, locked in there by Neville. Is Everett going to have to tap out? Everett does tap out, and Neville is victorious once again. And that was a big one, because that is the one worth the 10 ranking points. And Neville, this month alone, Neville has now gained himself 25 ranking points. So he has gone from being joint 1 from bottom to now all of a sudden being in the top 20. Still a little bit of work to do for Neville, but I feel like in this rich vein of form, it is definitely going to work out for him, you know. The strength of Neville is coming. Nice reverse round in there by Everett as well. But it wasn't quite enough for Everett to get the victory. But Neville, just that rich vein of form was just too much for Everett. The second superplex of the match. Then locked in that Rings of Saturn, and Neville is victorious. I'm seeing a strong run here. The thing is, we've often said about the ranking points and so forth, but I have said quite a lot of times that the ranking points is not the be-all or end-all of any situation. The ranking points is more of a indication of what's happening, but like I said, I think Neville's in a very rich vein of form, and you know what? I'm very tempted to give him an opportunity maybe at the championship next month, but let's wait and see what happens later on tonight. And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be for the Octane Junior Heavyweight Championship as Hirumu Takahashi defends against Mistico. Now, of course, Mistico earned this match by defeating Kalisto and Gran Metalik in a triple threat cruiserweight #1 contendership match in week #1 of this month. And now he gets the chance to continue on and see if he can pull off winning the championship. Now, of course, Mistico is, well, you can probably tell exactly who he is. Mistico was the original Sin Cara. However, he got injured so often, didn't he? And WWE decided to get rid of him, and then Hunico took the position. So this is the actual, proper, original Sin Cara. Or Mistico in CMLL. And he's done pretty well. He's looking pretty good. Now, I want your guys' opinion on this Takahashi, because it is the only one available so far on the Community Creations on PS4. And I can't tell, I don't think it's good, to be honest. I don't know. I can't quite tell. It's not terrible, but I don't think it's great. Let me have a quick, let me Google a picture of Hirumu. I'll title every single letter of that wrong. Hirumu Takahashi. No, Takahashi. Have I spelled his name completely wrong? Yeah, it's Hirumu. It's not terrible, but it's not perfect. It's not actually that, I don't know, it depends how you look at him. I feel like when we had last year was better. I've got a picture of him now on my screen. The attire's spot on. It's not bad, actually. It's not bad face-wise. Yeah, you guys let me know, because I've often said, I struggle with this. I really do. I look and look and look and look and look at two pictures next to each other, and I struggle to sort of map the faces in my mind to see how accurate they are. I really do. But he does look pretty good, actually. Like I said, the attire's spot on. No issues with the attire at all. And of course, Takahashi is the current Junior Heavyweight Champion. Won the belt at the Shabby Mania pay-per-view. And Takahashi now in control of Mistico. This is Takahashi's first appearance so far, because literally I've only just been able to find him. So this is his first appearance in our universe mode, and he's not had a chance to build up any momentum coming into this match, which could be a problem for him, because obviously Mistico has had the opportunity. He picked up the momentum in the match against against Kalisto and Gran Metalik. But I think now, like I said earlier on, we've got a bigger pool of wrestlers to pick from now, and I feel like our junior heavyweight division is just going to get stronger and stronger before. I need to remember to keep calling it the junior heavyweight. That's something we've made the change this year, isn't it? Just because it helps us differentiate between the two brands. Because sometimes if we did like a mixed pay-per-view, and we had both Adrenaline and Octane on it, then both having a Cruiserweight Championship can sometimes confuse a few people with what brand each match is for and so forth, but now having it the way it is just makes it a bit clearer, I think. I hope you can't... My PlayStation's really overheating again. I need to crack it open and get the dust out of thing, but it's really struggling. Takahashi bringing Sin Cara back up to his feet. Oh, I got that wrong as well. Should I say Takahashi bringing Mistico back up to his feet? That's what I should have said. That'd be an interesting match at some point. We'll maybe do that a little bit. We'll do a little bit of Mistico versus Sin Cara. If we have like a Cruiserweight special, I dare say we will end up doing a Cruiserweight special at some point. And yeah, we'll do it that way. We'll do a Cruiserweight special, and we'll have... they'll probably spread over... They'll probably spread over quite a few days, we'll imagine, as well. I would assume. Nice DDT there by Mistico now into the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Mistico now stalking the grounded Takahashi, but Takahashi taking him down, saw it coming. And a running bulldog as well. Takahashi bringing Mistico back up to his feet. Spins him round into a Falcon Arrow. Takahashi now dragging Mistico middle of the ring, boot in the spine. And now locking in that triangle choke. Is Mistico going to have to tap out, or can he survive this? Oh, it looks like he does manage to survive it just. Went for that rolling forearm. Mistico avoids it. Mistico now taking Takahashi up into a butterfly backbreaker. Takahashi tripping Mistico over into a pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Drop kick in the spine there as well by Takahashi. Another kick in the back as well. The boot in the gut. And I don't know who's the favourite on this one, to be honest, because I think Mexican Mistico is probably higher rated than Sin Cara. Whether he should be or not, that's the way it is. But for me, Takahashi should probably be the bigger name. It's an interesting one. It really does delve across the different areas of the world, doesn't it, really? And that's what the SWE strives to bring. We've got one of the best cruiserweights in Japan. Sorry, one of the best cruiserweights in Mexico versus one of the best junior heavyweights in Japan. And that's really what we wanted to bring you as part of SWE. There's the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Wow. Mistico not messing around here. Mistico slides out the back of the head scissors. An uppercut on Takahashi. Into a snapmare as well. Mistico now wrenching back with that arm. Really wrenching with that arm. Takahashi, nice little roll through. Mistico still had a hold of the arm, but then Takahashi caught him with that back elbow. They went for a running clothesline, but Mistico saw it coming. Mistico sending Takahashi in the corner. Remember, this is for the Octane Junior Heavyweight Championship. Mistico now tornado DDT from the corner. Well, Takahashi busted open now. Mistico heading up top. What does he have planned? I think he likes to use a senton bomb from the top, doesn't he? I think. He's taking his time about it, isn't he? He does finally go for it. It is a senton bomb. Oh, we're going to get a replay of that. By the looks of it, we are going to get a replay. These replays are so random, I don't know where they come from. Sometimes we get them, sometimes we don't. It's a bit random. But the fact we've got a replay makes me think that might be a big manoeuvre that might have just won Mistico the Junior Heavyweight Championship. And it is. Mistico is your brand new Octane Junior Heavyweight Champion. So it means both Mistico and Sin Cara have held this championship now over the years. That's an interesting little dynamic there for you, isn't it? There was Tornado DDT there by Mistico on Hirumu Takahashi. And Takahashi did struggle here today. And maybe that ring rust of not wrestling at all so far in this universe mode has not helped him at all, has it? So Takahashi was quite high up in the rankings, but of course he loses his championship. And he lost the match. So he loses 25 points for losing the championship, which drops him quite a chunk. Then he loses another 10 points for losing the match here today. So he's going to drop down by 35 points. That's a massive drop there for Takahashi. And of course for Mistico, he's just gained himself 60 points. Won a championship, you get 50. And won a match at pay-per-view, you get an extra 10. So he is going to go straight up to equal with Drew McIntyre. What a match. There we go. And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be the Octane Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, of course, Matt and Nick Jackson, defending their belts against the New Days, Xavier Woods and Big E Langston, of course. Both Kenny Omega-san, and Xavier Woods will be at ringside. I was tempted to put Xavier Woods in this match, to be honest, but I really like Xavier Woods on the outside with his trombone. I think he's quite funny with his little trombone on the outside. Oh, San Francisco! Prepare to do something. Don't do something else. I can't remember what the lyrics are. Do they? There they are. Now this is their second attempt. I think they had an opportunity at the Tag Team Championships. No, they didn't, did they? No. They faced off against the Bucks and Kenny Omega at a previous pay-per-view. And the winner of that one, of course, was the Bucks and Omega, who then went on to win the Tag Team Championships at Shabby Mania. These guys are just crazy, aren't they? They're absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, I do like having Xavier. I think Xavier Woods is probably the most what's the way of putting it? Entertaining manager on the game, I think. I think a lot of the other managers on the game will just stand there and do nothing, but Xavier Woods has got a lot of stuff built in. He's got a lot of different animations built in. Like I said, they're playing the trombone and stuff like that. And again, I think Xavier Woods will be someone that we might have a look at putting towards that Cruiserweight Championship this month as well. But these guys might get some dark matches, just solely because, as we've said in the past, the 6-man tag is still not working fantastically well, and the 8-man tag is not working fantastically well either. So I think that it does just potentially, if we have a dark match of an 8-man tag or a 6-man tag, it means we can get a lot more people to wrestle this month, but not have to go through the pain of having to watch them, if that makes sense. It does get annoying, I know, it's frustrating. I really want them to work. I really want to put out the best shows I possibly can. but when they don't work, it's just so frustrating. So I might do that. I might do a match, right? This is really me rigging the universe mode if I do this. I might do a match of 4 people that really need ranking points versus 4 people that have got more ranking points than they should do. And just let the universe mode sort of balance itself out a little bit. That could work. Of course, there is Omega. We'll see him again later on this evening when he faces off against our current Octane champion, Hiroshi Tanahashi. 2-time Octane champion, Tanahahsi. And that's it for that's it for the Bullet Club this evening. I'm trying to think if there's many other people that we need. No. No Cody Rhodes, no Marty Skull. I've struggled to get a good Marty, to be honest. I'm not going to lie again. I have struggled to get a good Marty, and that's why we haven't seen him yet. But when we do see him, we're going to see a lot of action from him, I think. A lot of good action. And that's what it's for then, the Octane Tag Team Championships. We've got Big E Langston and Kofi Kingston, your challengers. Never held gold, I don't think, in SWE so far. No member of New Day has held gold yet. And it makes you wonder whether there's an opportunity maybe in these guys going for the singles championship. I said Xavier Woods maybe towards the Cruiserweight Championship, but I wonder whether the likes of Xavier Woods or Big E Langston could go for the European Championship as well at some point. And of course, there you go, Nick Jackson and Matt Jackson, your current champions. And that's what it's all for. The bell goes and we are underway. Kofi Kingston versus Matt Jackson. There's the Falcon Arrow to start things off. Nice hip toss there by Matt Jackson. And nice there by Matt Jackson as well, still in full control. And tag team match is still pretty iffy on this game. Not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But Matt Jackson in real control of this one. Matt Jackson now dragging Big E towards the ropes and brings him down with that kick in the spine. And remember, don't forget, we still have another 3 championship matches left for you after this one. Next up, we do have Lita defending the Women's Championship against Tessa Blanchard, who, of course, won that 8-woman over the top rope Battle Royal last week. After that, we're going to have Pete Dunne defend his European Championship against Sheamus. And, of course, we've got El Generico in action later on as he takes on Tyler Breeze. And then, like I said earlier on, Kenny Omega back out for our main event. As Nick Jackson continues on where Matt Jackson left off. Big E now with a snap suplex on Nick Jackson. And there you go, there is Xavier Woods playing the trumpet in the background, or the trombone. But Big E now is starting to get some action here. Big E clubbing blow right across the spine of Nick Jackson. Before dragging him into the middle of the ring. A boot in the spine as well. And now just twisting the head of Nick, and all of a sudden the New Day have taken full control of this match. Interesting. Big E now rolling Nick Jackson through. Bit collegiate style wrestling there, the old roll through. Nick Jackson fall away from that scoop slam into reverse DDT, now dragging Big E away from the New Day's corner. Nick Jackson bringing Big E back up to his feet. Into the corner he goes. There's the tag, and you're going to see here a bit of Indie Taker action by the looks of it. Yes, it's the Indie Taker, the Meltzer driver. Nice, I like that as a tag team maneuver, I do. But can they capitalise? It needs to do some more damage, don't they, really? As Matt Jackson now heading up to the middle rope. Went for a senton, but Big E stood straight up, and I feel like Kofi must be in quite good condition here because he hasn't spent a lot of time in the ring at all, has he, really? Big E now stamping on the arm of Matt Jackson. Up to his feet. There's the axe handle right in the back. Stomp on the back as well. Big E now bringing Matt up to a kneeling base, and there's clubbing blows, and Matt struggling here with his strength. And I think that's the big thing with Big E Langston. Out of all the guys in both of these two stables, really, he is the big strong man. He's the man that Bullet Club don't really have an answer for, doesn't he, really? So you see the great tag team work here by the New Day, just dropping the stomps. Sharing the aggression. As in comes Kofi once more. And Big E launches Kofi in with that drop kick. Kofi straight into the pin. Big E's there to block off Nick Jackson, but it was only enough for a 1 count on Matt. More damage needs to be done there, I think. Kofi Kingston now with the over-the-top senton. A boot right in the chest there by Kofi Kingston. Another boot right in the arm as well. A boot right in the back of the arm again by Kofi on Matt Jackson, bringing Matt back up to his feet. Matt taking Kofi down. And it's a very back and forth match, this one. No one able to really take full control, is there? And where are these guys in the rankings? Well, Big E's on 96 points. Where's the rest of them? Kofi's on 101. And Xavier Woods on 103. So Xavier Woods is the highest ranked out of the 3 members of the New Day. Of course, no, that's wrong, actually. That is wrong. Because Big E and Kofi had a match last week, a dark match against the Bar, which meant that Big E got +3, which is 99. So he's still lower, but it means that Kofi Kingston's up to 104, which puts him the highest. But of course, remember here, 10 points lost for the 2 losers of this match, and even more if it's the Young Bucks, because they'll lose the championships as well, so they'll lose 35 points, which would be a massive loss for them. Matt Jackson now hooking the legs of Kofi Kingston. And there's the superplex by Matt Jackson on Kofi Kingston. It's only a 2 count though. Matt Jackson now just twisting the head of Kofi Kingston. Kofi fighting back with that right hand in the gut. Jackson sent into the corner. We're going to see it. I think we are, you know, the big ending. With roles reversed. There it is, the big ending by the New Day. They're brand new champions here. If Kofi can get back in the ring, no. See, they've got to be more intelligent in this bloody game. When you use your tag team finisher maneuver, you need to take your opponent straight off the apron, not walk out the ring, then try and get back in. It makes no bloody sense, does it? Matt Jackson slapping the face of Big E and followed up with that drop kick. It's why tag team matches for me just don't work. They're not got any intelligence whatsoever. And it is quite frustrating, really. It doesn't make sense, does it? Matt Jackson with the elbow right in the leg of Big E Langston. Big chop there. Taking Big E down, a boot in the face as well. From Matt just now. Stomping right in the back of the head of Big E. Matt bringing Big E back up. Went for the super kick. Big E ducked it into a running DDT. It's a good back and forth match by these two. Tags on both sides. Both Kofi and New Jack. Where did I get New Jack from? Both Kofi and Nick Jackson. I turned Nick Jackson to New Jack for some reason. I tried to smush both parts of his name together, I think. Elbow right in the chest there by Nick Jackson on Kofi Kingston. So there's a good opportunity here for the New Day as Matt Jackson's down on the outside. Oh, nice. I think... Did Nick Jackson just hit Kofi with his own finish maneuver? I think he did just hit with the SOS. Rolls him over into the pin. Referee is so slow. Referee was so... That should have been a free count, really. But but the referee was so slow and it allowed Big E Langston the chance to get in the ring. And if it wasn't for Matt being down the outside, I think that would have been the end of the match right there. Nick Jackson with a Hurricanrana taking him over. Kofi now tripping Nick Jackson. Taunting, building himself up. But Nick Jackson caught him out face first into the turnbuckle. Kofi spins it around himself. And there's that diving forearm out of the corner. Drop kick. Ducking the clothesline into a double foot stomp. In for a pin. Referee's so slow. It so frustrates me, these referees, I tell you. Kick right in the spine by Kofi Kingston on Nick Jackson. Of course, these guys will be hoping for a victory here just to try and build the momentum ready for Kenny Omega in the main event. And you see Omega here up on the top turnbuckle now and taking that turnbuckle pad off and the referee being distracted. And that's allowed Nick Jackson to get back in control of this match. But not for long, as we're going to see it once again. Now, just stay in the ring and take Matt Jackson off the apron. That's all you've got to do. But they're not. No, he's done it again. Look, he's just not intelligent enough. Come on, stay in the ring. Oh, and Kenny Omega pulling the referee out of the ring, which has just stopped the New Day from winning the Tag Team Championships there. I just don't get it. It's just, it bamboozles me. It really does. It really bamboozles me. So they should stay in the ring or just go after your opponent. As soon as you hit that tag team finish maneuver, just go after your opponent, I think. That's the main thing you should be doing. Nick Jackson, moonsault, crossbody on Big E. For now, wrenching back of the head. We're only 3 matches into this show. And we're already, well, I'm already at 45 minutes. I don't know what it's like for you guys when I've cut all the gunk out, cut all the loading screens, but crazy. Big knee in the gut there by Big E. Nick Jackson now, big forearms right in the face. Nick Jackson now taking Big E up. Tombstone pile driver by Nick Jackson on Big E. That's a big man to hit that maneuver on. In for the pin. 1, 2. Why is Matt Jackson? Why are you not coming in to break that? For God's sake. Why can't these people write a game where they can do a tag team? This is what I was saying earlier on about 6-man tags and 8-man tags not working. If a normal tag team match can't work, then what luck have we got with a 6-man or an 8-man? There's just no intelligence from either side. It really is diabolical, really. Nobody seems to want to protect their own pin. Indie Taker? No, more bang for your buck. Oh, this could be interesting. More bang for your buck. There's the 450. In for the moonsault now. Nick goes straight outside the ring once again. Why are you not staying in? Why are you not going for the pin? It's your tag team finisher maneuver. Oh, I don't know with this game. I really don't anymore. I really haven't got a clue with this game anymore, I tell you. This is why we'll never do a tag team tournament, because I just can't handle it. I can't handle it. I apologise. Dragon screw there by Big E on Matt Jackson. Into a belly to belly. I don't even know if this is ever going to end this match, you know. Right, we're going to see the big ending once again. Now, will Big E stay in the ring? Does Big E have more intelligence than Kofi? Nope. No. Oh my god. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I was really looking forward to this match as well, and it's been absolute bollocks, hasn't it? Why won't it end? Why are they so bad at writing a game that they can't make a tag team match actually end in a half-decent fashion? Right, Big E's down on the outside. Do something. Do something, Matt. Come on, Big E's down on the outside. You can win it now. Don't do a chin lock. Do something. I don't know. Rolls him through. It's not going to do anything though, is it? He hit a pin. Don't taunt. There's such simple things that they can't figure out in this game, isn't there? I'm sure it must be impossible as a human to lose a tag team match because the AI is so bad. I bet as a human you must be really find it easy. Matt Jackson bring in Kofi back up to his feet, hit him with a Hurricanrana. Slamming the arm of Kofi into the mat now, heading up to the top. There's that 450. Hooks the leg for the pin. 1, 2. Oh. I can't believe it. Oh, I can't believe it. The one time that Big E weren't going to get there and bloody Kofi kicks out. Count him out, ref. Just count him out. Do us all a favour and just count him out, mate. I apologise for getting really arsey about this, you know. I've said before, I only get arsey because I want to make the best videos I can, and at the moment the game just screws me over. This is what's frustrating me. And look at this now, Matt Jackson refusing a tag. What the fucking hell is going on? Just... I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So welcome to Shabby Gamer Gets Pissed Off Again. It's a common little... Is Nick Jackson going to go for the count-out victory here? It looks like he might be going for the count-out victory. If he does go for the... You know what? If they get the count-out victory, I'm going to let him have it. Nice tornado DDT there by Nick Jackson. This is going to be a count-out win, isn't it? It's going to be a count-out victory. What a shit pay-per-view match this has been. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that, but the Young Bucks have retained the Tag Team Championships in what's possibly one of the worst matches I've ever seen in SWE. That is really frustrating, isn't it? But there we go. That is a victory for the Young Bucks. What's next? And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be Tessa Blanchard getting an opportunity at Lita and the Octane Women's Championship. And it can't be any worse to prove. I've actually had to have a couple of hours break after that last match because that really, as you might have been able to tell, that match really peed me off, Smith Chronic. So we're back now. Back with JoJo. The woman who's had a load of naked pictures leaked online as well, as you do. As everyone in WWE seems to have done at this point in time. But Tessa Blanchard won the 8-woman over-the-top rope battle royal, including Dakota Kai, Piper Niven, Toni Storm, Jazzy Gabert, Maurice, Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. Did pretty well actually, and this is a really good core as well. I really like this core, so I'm glad that she does get an opportunity here to face off against Lita. And not somebody that I really assumed would be a champion this season, to be honest. Not nothing against her. I think she's a very, very good wrestler, but I just felt like there may be some stronger contenders out there at this point in time on this roster. But she's earned the opportunity here, and she's got a good chance of earning the championship as well. So I can't say bad about it. I'm quite happy actually. Someone that I thought actually did really, really well during the Mae Young Classic, and somebody that I think probably should get an opportunity in WWE because she really was a fantastic heel during that tournament. And she'll be able to build upon that here in SWE. And then here comes her opponent, fresh off defending the championship only a few days ago against Jazzy Gabert. It is, of course, Lita. And there she is. Like I said, defended the belt successfully over Jazzy Gabert a few days ago, and that was I don't want to say a surprise, but Jazzy for me was probably the most informed person in SWE moving into that match. She looked very, very, very dominant. Won the Money in the Bank as well to get herself that opportunity, but instead of cashing it in like most people did, she decided to ask for the match and have a proper match rather than coming out and invading and cashing the championship. She requested the match and she got it. And she obviously thought she had the ability, and I thought she had the ability as well actually to go on and win that match, but Lita just showing some incredible resilience as she always does to come back and keep a hold of the championship. But can Lita do that for 2 times in the space of a week in this match here against Tessa Blanchard? And I'm sure Jazzy will be waiting in the wings for another opportunity pretty soon as well. So here is your challenger, fresh up winning the 8-woman over the top rope battle royal, of course, Tessa Blanchard. And your champion. Won the belt. It wasn't at Shabby Mania, was it? She won the belt before Shabby Mania, but defended it successfully at Shabby Mania in a 6-woman ladder match, I believe. And defended against Jazzy. She's did a very good job, Lita. I'm very happy with the work she's been doing. And this is another opportunity for her to prove what she can do by taking on another comer. Like I said, she won a 6-woman ladder match. She beat Jazzy Gabert, and now she has a chance of taking on one of the another one of the young one of the young, hungry, up and coming champions in Lita. And there is a handshake there, respect being shown. Of course, a lot of this younger generation of female talents really take a lot of respect, a lot of influence, a lot of motivation from watching Lita when they were younger, as well as Trish as well. Yeah, but they have a flatliner and a back senton, and she did look incredibly good in that 8-woman battle royal, and that would have given her a massive amount of momentum as well moving into this match. But of course, Lita, fresh off a championship defense, she must have a lot of momentum going as well. But Tessa Blanchard in firm control of this match early on. Here she is now willing Lita back up to her feet and catches with that big missile dropkick. But Lita playing possum, catching Tessa with the head scissors takedown. Now bringing Tessa back up to her feet into the front chancery. Don't forget we've still got another 2 championship matches left for you after this one, as well as El Generico's match against Tyler Breeze. Tessa slowly back up to her feet. There's a big elbow right into the chest of Lita. A boot to the gut, and then that sort of half underhook DDT, which sort of holds the arms of Lita back, allowing her, or not allowing her, to protect herself. Blanchard now with Lita back up on her feet, dragging her across the ring into that snapmare. And now a dropkick to the back of the head as well. Stamping on the back of the arm. Bringing Lita back up to her feet. Lita with the elbow on the knee of Tessa, now wrenching the arm, but Tessa rolls it through. Tessa Blanchard really doing fantastically well here, you know. I don't want to say I'm surprised because she won that 8-woman battle royal. I wouldn't say I'm surprised at all because she's done very, very well. Tess now bringing Lita up to a kneeling base. Slapped around the face. Tessa bringing Lita back up to her feet, a boot in the gut. And again, that underhook DDT. Tess bringing Lita back up to her feet. Up into a powerbomb and puts her body weight on the top of Lita. There's the 1, the 2. It's only a 2 now. Rolls it into that Boston Crab as well. But too close to the ropes. The referee forces her to break it. That's arm breaker there by Lita. Now looking for that reverse suplex. But Tessa Blanchard fighting it back into a suplex of her own. A boot right in the face of Lita. Before dragging her back into the middle of the ring. Just rubbing the face of Lita into the mat now. Before dropping an elbow into the spine. And for me, Tessa has looked the strongest in this match. We could have another brand new champion here this evening. Tessa, a couple of big strikes, then just slamming Lita back of the head first into the mat. And Lita rolls out the ring. Tessa follows her after taking a couple of seconds herself, and Lita catching Tessa unawares with that tornado hit scissors takedown. Lita now sending Tessa back into the ring, and in fairness, this is sort of what Lita did the other day, wasn't it? She was on the underside of Jazzy the whole way through. Jazzy dominated most of the match, but Lita showing resilience to come back and win it. Can she do the same thing here today? Tessa now up on the apron. Up on the apron, up on the turnbuckle, taunting the crowd, should I say. Nice step of Inseguri there by Lita. Lita sending Tessa into the ropes and catching with a spear. A chop now. Nice underhook DDT once again by Tessa. She's hit that quite a few times now. But Tessa now dropping the knees right in the arm of Lita. It's a very good match, this one. Very back and forth. Be interested to see who can pull off the victory. Saito's... No. It's a backdrop with a bridge and pin by Tessa Owner for a 2 count. Tessa now heading up top. Oh, nice jumping codebreaker from the top into the pin. 1, 2, and oh, it's only a 2. Holy crap. Whoa, I need not be drink over. How did Tessa not win that one? I really have no idea. But Lita is now starting to come back into it, and I thought that diving code breaker is a great move though. I like that. I do like that a lot. But Tessa with the elbow in the gut of Lita. Now taking her down with a slam. Drops straight back into the pin. 1, 2. Still only a 2 count. Tessa really in control, but what she needs to do to actually finish off Lita, that's the big question. Russian leg sweep there by Tessa on Lita. 1. Only a 1 count. See, Lita is, when she does get offense, she does a lot of work. I don't think she's done much damage on Tessa at all. Nice backbreaker, neckbreaker combination. Tessa once again drops into the pin. 1, 2. It's only a 2 count. How is this show going to be so long? I don't understand. Tessa now. Again, there's that DDT. Is that a finisher? Because she's used that a lot so far in this match. She keeps going back to it, doesn't she? Tessa sending Lita into the corner. Hoists her up. Frankensteiner from the top by Tessa Blanchard, and Lita looks down and out here. Tessa needs to take advantage, go for the pin. She does. 1, 2. Still only a 2 count. Wow. What does Tessa need to do to keep Lita down? I said this yesterday, right? I don't know if they've updated the game or something, but nobody seems to be able to finish people off anymore. It's taken multiple finishes again to finish people off. I don't understand why it's happened, but this could be it here. Is Tessa stalking Lita? If she hits that diving code breaker once again, which she does, that's got to be it. That has to be it. 1, 2, and we've got a brand new Octane Women's Champion, people. It is Tessa Blanchard. Wow. What a win. And it just shows that the opportunity is there for anybody, isn't it? We had that 8-woman over the top rope battle royal, and it has led to a pretty interesting winner in Tessa Blanchard. Not somebody that I expected to go for the championship this year, to be honest. Like I said, I expected more to be someone there to bolster the women's rankings and get a good few wins, but also maybe a few losses as well. But here she is, 2 matches, 2 wins for. Oh no, she's actually lost the first match, didn't she? Yeah, she was in a fatal 4-way alongside Gaber, Storm, and Dakota Kai on week number 1, which she lost. But then she won the 8-woman over the top rope battle royal, and now defeating Lita to become the women's champion. Tessa Blanchard, new women's champion here on Octane. Wow. This is going to be pretty cool. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. It'd be interesting now to see who puts themselves forward to be the first challenger for Tessa Blanchard. And here's our next match of the evening, and another championship match for you, as Pete Dunne defends his European Championship for the first time in Season 3 against Sheamus. This will be the first time we'll see Pete Dunne in Season 3 as well. So hopefully it's a good one. We have had some dodgy calls going on over the time, haven't we? Hopefully this won't be one of them, though. The following match is scheduled for 1 fall. So Sheamus is an interesting person. I think this is Pete Dunne's first championship defence. Of course, he won the belt from Jack Gallagher at Shabby Mania. And this could be a much more difficult match for Pete Dunne, I think. Sheamus is a big man. Very different style to what Pete Dunne has faced in WWE so far. Pete Dunne almost Pete Dunne, really, since he joined WWE, has been mostly with the British guys and the cruiserweights. A lot of the British guys are classed as cruiserweights, I suppose, aren't they? Of course, you've got the likes of Tyler Bates, more of a cruiserweight style. You've got obviously Mark Andrews and Noam Dar and people like that. And I think probably only Trent is probably the only person who's not really classed as a cruiserweight, I would imagine. Because a little bit on the podgy side. Like I can talk, like, but you know. I had a rumour the other day actually that Sheamus is struggling with the injury, the same injury that caused both Austin and the same injury that caused both Austin and Edge to retire. Yeah, he's suffering with the same injury. So that's a worrying scenario. It's not a scenario you want to. Not a scenario you want to see, really. I've never really been a fan of Sheamus, to be honest. But I wouldn't wish the end of his career by any stretch of the imagination. And I think he does have his place. I think at the moment, his whole run with Cesaro has actually been pretty good, I think. And there he is, the bruiserweight Pete Dunne. Somebody who I see big things for. So if he loses the European Championship here this evening, I don't think it would be the worst scenario for him. Because like I said, I could still see him as part, technically, of the main event picture, really. Here we go then, your challenger, Sheamus. The Celtic Warrior. And his opponent, the champion, the bruiserweight. It's not a bad bruiserweight, is it? I don't know, it's actually not bad. I quite like it, actually. I must admit. But I know quite a few times I have been completely wrong with how good calls look, so I'm not going to overcommit too much. As Pete Dunne hands the belt over. Like I said, this is his first championship defense. But will it be his last championship defense? And the bell goes and we are underway. Pete Dunne straight off the bat with a scoop slam. And assaulting the grounded Sheamus. I want to see Pete Dunne actually get on the mat. I'm sure at some point Pete Dunne will end up in either on NXT full time, which he sort of is getting that way already, or on the main roster at some point. I'm thinking some sort of, I don't know, some sort of stable maybe. There was always that rumour of Triple H's NXT stable, weren't there, with Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe. Pete Dunne was going to be part of that as well, the Revival. That was always the rumour that was sort of knocking around. But it never sort of came to fruition. Then, of course, Owens moved across to SmackDown and so forth. And there's still that opportunity, I suppose, that Triple H could do something on them lines. From what I can tell, recently Triple H just loves to get as much attention as possible. And as you've seen a lot recently, actually, he's been having the... What was it? He wrestled Roman Reigns. He was part of the Shield. He wrestled Jinder Mahal in India. He's done a lot of that sort of stuff, and it's seems to be stuff where he just wants the limelight. He had Sting's first match in WWE, and it's the worrying thing. It's not every big match should be given to Triple H. I'm surprised he didn't take the Undertaker's undefeated streak as well, to be honest. But there you go. It looks like he's going to get Kurt Angle as well at WrestleMania. That's the rumour anyway. As Sheamus just lifting, oh, Pete Dunne up onto his shoulders for dropping him neck first across that top turnbuckle. Pete Dunne now bringing Sheamus back up to a kneeling, seated base, shall I say. Now up to a kneeling base. Before just clattering him with that stiff slap. So this would be a massive win for Pete Dunne if he pulls this one off. It really would. And here he is now stalking. Stalking Sheamus. Takes him up. Nice. That's not his finisher maneuver though, is it? It was supposed to be, but that wasn't his finisher maneuver. There's the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Like I was saying earlier on, it's now impossible to defeat anybody with their first finisher maneuver of a match. I don't know why. There must have been some sort of update or something. I've got no idea. Sheamus with a power slam there on Pete Dunne, who rolls out of the ring. Both guys back in. Sheamus now taking Pete Dunne up. Just marching around the ring with him. Was after like a powerbomb and oh, Pete Dunne broke his way free just for Sheamus to clothesline his head off. Jawbreaker there by Pete Dunne and Sheamus. Sheamus now sending Dunne into the corner. And Sheamus now taking some control in this match, locking Dunne into the Tree of Woe. Before just dropping a boot right in his gut. So enough for a 2 count though. Both guys slowly getting back up, but Sheamus is there first, able to take control. Sheamus now, there's that backbreaker, holds on for the second, keeps the grip, in for the trifecta of backbreakers. Sheamus in control. We could have another brand new champion here this evening by the looks of it. Oh, and that bro kick could have just confirmed that. There's the pin by Sheamus. 1, 2, and 3. Brand new European champion as well here this evening. Wow, it's all happening tonight, isn't it? All happening tonight. Of course, Sheamus won this European No. 1 contendership by defeating Drew McIntyre and British Bulldog a few weeks ago. And now he's earned himself the championship as well. So Sheamus becomes the European champion. I don't know how many people have been the European champion now. Not many, I don't think. But Sheamus gets added onto that list. And Pete Dunne, unfortunately for him, no longer champion. But it does mean, like I said, that maybe he could move himself into the main event picture now. That's going to be an interesting question. I have to try and work over the next month or so and just sort of figure out exactly who's going to be doing what. Because there is a lot of... Although we've got nobody like you would say is definitely going to be a championship competitor on this roster, there's a lot of really, really good talent. We've got Neville. We've got Tetsuya Naito, Tommaso Ciampa, Aleister Black. We've got Pete Dunne. We've got Wade Barrett, El Generico, Tanahahsi, Omega, Prince Puma. We've got a lot of potential champions. And it's going to be very, very difficult to pick who gets the opportunities. And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be El Generico taking on Tyler Breeze. Again, another very important match for both guys. Generico, new in the Universe mode. This is only his 3rd match now. Yeah, because he won the match at the Mystery Vortex pay-per-view. Then he won his debut match against Kalisto in a main event. And this is his third match. So the moment he's gained 20 points due to those 2 victories, because they were both main events and pay-per-view matches, so they end up with double points. And this is again worth another 10 points, but it's also worth minus 10 points to the loser. Of course, Tyler Breeze will also be desperate for those points. He wants to prove that he's not just a tag team wrestler. I think he would like to see himself in some singles action at some point. I'm sure he would love to be someone who could have an opportunity potentially at the European Championship, or who knows, he may be the main event championship. Remember, of course, Tyler Breeze back in NXT was a top wrestler, wasn't he? He was involved in number 1 contendership matches for the NXT Championship. He was involved in, of course, that match against Jushin Thunder Liger at TakeOver. And he'd love to get back up to that level, but it's winning matches like this that's going to get him back up to that level. But don't worry, he is still be part of the tag team as well. I just want to see him if he can give an opportunity of singles competition as well at the same time. And here is his opponent, of course, El Generico. Yeah, like I say, he's done very well since he first joined the roster. Somebody who I think could really push on and become a champion in this roster as well. And with based on his momentum he's picked up so far, like I see, he's had 3 wins out of 3 so far. Sorry, 2 wins out of 2, sorry, not 3 wins out of 3. He's had 2 wins out of 2 so far, so definitely possible. Another win here would definitely help him out in that process by getting more ranking points, and maybe that's something we'll have to have a look at, won't we, as well, because I said earlier on about Neville getting that opportunity, but at the same time, Aleister Black's had a good run of form. El Generico would have been unbeaten as well, so maybe there should be a big triple threat match between those 3 guys. Or maybe there's someone else, maybe there's other people that should be involved in that. That's the tricky one, but then again, the problem is we've been trying to build these people up. Been trying to get people to gain their momentum and gain their ranking points, to try and get them up to the right end of the rankings where they probably should be. And of course, by putting them into a multi-man match, it means that 3 of them are going to end up losing more points again. So I don't know. I think we might wait a little bit to get them up to where they should be before we start bringing them back down again, because the likes of Neville's still not where he should be. He's still only in the middle level of the rankings, whereas he should be towards the top. And he started off at the bottom, so he didn't start off too bad, but well, he did start off very bad, so he's got to a good point now. But still there's more for him. I think the same with Aleister Black as well. He needs to get a few more matches in him to build himself up, I think. But I think a lot of it's going to depend on who wins the belt, or who keeps the belt, shall I say, tonight. Because based on who wins might determine who we actually put forward for the belt, because it's all about making a really good match at the same time, isn't it? Plus there might be a little bit of a secret bonus as well. Hurricanrana there by Tyler Breeze on El Generico. Breeze up on the middle for a double knees. Looking for a double knee, shall I say. Not a double knees. Generico now sending Breeze into the corner. Rolls him through into that nice takedown. And remember how obviously Generico's different finisher maneuver rather than Sami Zayn. Of course, Generico's finisher maneuver is the brainbuster on that top turnbuckle. Generico there with a nice reverse chin lock, just slowing the pace of the match down. Generico now taking Breeze up into a Michinoku driver. Now there's the head scissors. Breeze slides out. But Sami Zayn straight back up on his feet. Zayn just seems to have a speed advantage. He seems to always be just one step ahead of Tyler Breeze at the moment. Generico up top. Oh, Tyler Breeze started getting back up to his feet, but Generico stays up top, stalking, went for the missile dropkick. Breeze saw it coming and avoided it. And there's a super kick by Tyler Breeze right in the chin of El Generico. Pinned by Breeze. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Breeze now stalking Generico, looking for the unprettier, and hits it. Wow, this would be a massive win here for Tyler Breeze. 1, 2, and 3, and Tyler Breeze has pulled it off. Wow. What a win for Tyler Breeze. And that's making me think now about potentially giving Tyler a little bit of singles opportunity maybe. He's just proved to me he deserves something out of this. Generico showing respect, offering the handshake, and Tyler Breeze agrees. Great bit of respect being shown by these two. But Generico's got to be disappointed. He's just lost himself 10 ranking points. But Tyler Breeze, who was quite low to the bottom of the rankings himself, has just gained 10 big points. Where was he? Where was he actually? He was on 100, so he's now up to 110. So that's definitely moved him up the rankings a large chunk, actually to equal with El Generico now. So Tyler Breeze has definitely got himself into the top area of the rankings, in the top 20. But it's all down to now to if he can continue on and maybe pull some out of here. We might be able to pull some out of the bag. And here we go then, our main event of the evening, the Octane Championship, as Hiroshi Tanahashi defends against Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega! And of course we saw Omega earlier on as the Young Bucks defended their championship successfully, technically. In one of the buggiest matches we've ever had, ever. Which involved, of course, a count-out victory. But shit happens every now and again, you know. We gotta get through it. And here we go then, first off with your challenger. The former one-time Throwdown champion was unable to get a hold of the Octane Championship in all of Season 2, but because of the Young Bucks holding the Tag Team Championships, Kenny Omega was kept on Octane for Season 3. And I'm looking forward to this match. And hopefully the game doesn't... For some reason, this game has a habit of making the whole show very, very good and then screwing us over on the main events. And so far, a lot of the matches have lasted quite a long time. However, on the main event, you watch this be really, really dodgy. It just happened far too often, isn't it? Like if you watched... no, you haven't, because I haven't uploaded that yet. But I think like the last pay-per-view, for example, like all the matches were good quality and pretty long and so forth. But then when it came to the main event, for some reason, it was just... ended up becoming really, really short. It was frustrating, really. So Kenny Omega has the chance to make the Elite completely golden if he can pull off this victory here against Hiroshi Tanahashi. That's pretty good, Omega. Looks pretty young there, doesn't he? And here comes Tanahashi, who's looking pretty decent himself. Hiroshi, Tana... Oh, that's terrible. I've just realised why. There's stars in the middle of his name, and it's because it spells the word shit. Because it's Hiroshi and it ends in S-H-I, and obviously Tanahashi begins with T. So although it's just his name in one long sentence, it just says shit in the middle, which is why the game's put stars in it. That's just dodgy. I wonder why Tanahashi was starred out a lot of the time when you try and search for him. That's just dozy, isn't it? It really is. So there he is, your champion of Octane, of course, winning that belt for the second time. Of course, his first reign was very short-lived. Who did he defeat in his first reign? I can't remember him. I can't remember who it was. He won a match, but then the Money in the Bank briefcase by Drew McIntyre was cashed in almost instantly, which led to Tanahashi losing the championship. Tanahashi was then put into a triple threat match alongside Ric Flair and Drew McIntyre for Shabby Mania, in which Tanahashi came out on top. And that's what it's for. Purple gold. Or the big purple one. The Octane Championship. Why does he look so dodgy now? He looked okay earlier, and now he looks dodgy. I don't know. It depends which angle you look at his face from. What like facial expression he's got going on. I don't know. It's those eyes every now and again just staring, just make him look a bit more right. I don't know. And Tanahashi, I think this is a good Tanahashi. I know he's had his hair cut now, hasn't he? He's got short hair now, hasn't he? And there he is, your champion, Hiroshi Tanahashi, who will, I think, be defending the Intercontinental Championship this year at Wrestle Kingdom against Jay White or Switchblade. Which would be pretty cool to see, I think. I've not seen Jay White wrestle very often, so I know he's done a mega push in New Japan to put him up to this level, which they have to do every now and again, and they have no fear in doing that. They have no fear in trying these youngsters out at the big shows and giving them a great opportunity, and then moving them up. But WWE just don't seem to want to do that. If you look at the difference between New Japan and WWE, New Japan have got legends, and they do have big matches at pay-per-views, but they're not involved in the championships. The championships are held by the best wrestlers. I think the probably the slowest, probably oldest person that's going to be at this Wrestle Kingdom is probably going to be Generico in one of the bigger matches. And I don't think Generico versus Omega is going to be a bad match, maybe stretch the imagination. Nice. Straight away there with that sit-out Ibushi bomb. And they sort of said about matches being crazy quick at a main event for some reason. Now, again, as I always do, right? Every single match on a pay-per-view is at normal momentum apart from the main event, which is always on slow. The idea behind that is to try and make sure the main event lasts the most time and is the best match. But it doesn't happen that way normally. So hopefully being on slow momentum this time is going to give us a bit more, a bit better stuff. In theory. Oh, nice powerbomb there by Tanahashi. And a senton there by Tanahashi. Well, it wasn't the best landed senton, was it really? Looked a little bit iffy. Tanahashi in firm control this one. What effect are the Young Bucks going to have at ringside? That's the question. Tanahashi wrenching back at the neck of Kenny Omega. And now a Russian leg sweep as well. Kenny Omega's had literally no offense for quite some time, and as I say that, he gets some offense, as you do. Nice elbow in the back of the head there by Tanahashi. Followed by an overhand, and now into a Saito suplex, taking Kenny Omega down. Tanahashi into the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Nice forearm there by Kenny Omega on Tanahashi. Now face first into the turnbuckle. Omega taking Tanahashi up top, draping him back across the turnbuckle. Boot in the face. A boot right in the spine there by Omega on Tanahashi as well. Omega now, look to jump in to a Hurricanrana by the looks of it, but Tanahashi caught him. Now drops him face first across that top turnbuckle. Tanahashi double boots right in the chest of Omega as well. Tanahashi stiff chop. There's a right hand as well. Bringing Omega back into a knee in the gut. And Tanahashi's dominating Omega here. Really, really dominating him. And I don't think we're going to see a new champion here. Tanahashi bringing Omega up into a reverse Bloody Sunday, or the 1960, whatever you want to call it these days. But Omega does get a little bit of offense, but it's just not going to be enough. He needs to really retain offense for quite some time. Omega drops the outside, just getting a couple of seconds breather along with the Bucks just to try and regroup and replan. Both guys just run straight into each other now as Tanahashi sending Omega into the corner. Tanahashi hoisting Omega up, who catches Tanahashi in the face with a boot. Into that frog crossbody. There's the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Just shows how much work Omega has to do. Boot in the spine of Tanahashi. Now Omega over the top. Springboard 450. Jawbreaker there by Tanahashi on Omega. And now looking for the neck breaker, but Tanahashi able to break free. Tanahashi spinning neck breaker on Kenny Omega. There's the right hand. Now German suplex by Tanahashi. Bridges for the pin. But Nick Jackson up on the apron, distracted the referee. Referee doesn't get a chance to count it. But there's the sling blade now by Tanahashi as well. And you see Tanahashi there just taunting away, but right in the corner the Bucks are stood, making sure he's got their attention. Omega now taking Tanahashi up on his shoulder. Garrots him across the top rope. There's the pin. 1, 2. No, only 1 count still. Omega now just shouting at the ground at Tanahashi though. Now that he has turned things around, you never know. Nice. Fisherman's Michinoku driver. Went for the elbow drop, but Tanahashi avoids it. Tanahashi now getting around the back of Omega. There's that short, sharp clothesline taking him down. Omega tripping Tanahashi over. Back up to his feet. Big, stiff right hand. Nice suplex there. 2, only a 2 count, wow. Butterfly suplex with a bridge, and now Tanahashi looking up top. If he hits the high fly flow, we are definitely done and dusted here. There's the high fly flow. Tanahashi with a pin. 1, 2. No! Omega kicked out. Wow. Omega kicked out. Spinning neckbreaker once again by Tanahashi. But it doesn't matter if Omega kicks out. He needs to turn this match around. He needs to get some control. Oh. Maybe he's going to get it as well. Launching Tanahashi up. Oh. Capture deadlift German. And now Omega stalking Tanahashi. If Omega wins this one now, from the position he's been in, and again taking Tanahashi up on his shoulders, this time hooking him in for the one wing angel. 1, 2. Oh, it's kicked out. Oh, my word. Holy guacamole, people. Holy guacamole. This is insania. But now this is the point where Omega does take control of the match, and I feel like the next big momentum move is going to be the one that's going to finish this match off. We've seen the deadlift capture German. We've seen the one wing angel. We've seen the high fly flow. We've seen the reverse bloody Sunday. Oh, and Omega, they're looking for that underhook brainbuster. And Omega, very, very wise there, rolling out of the ring, knowing he was in danger. As the referee starts the count now, Omega slides back in and catches Tanahashi straight away. Up into an Ibushi bomb. And Tanahashi's down here, Omega. Why have you not gone for the pin? Elbow drop. And Omega's been busted open as well. Oh, it's so close to 3 once again. Running double axe handle by Omega on Tanahashi. Don't think he quite got as much as he wanted to. Before wrenching back at that leg. Omega sending Tanahashi into the corner. Boot in the gut, another big boot and another big boot, and Omega now is starting to take control of this match. He was struggling early part of this match, but now Tanahashi's the one struggling, and once again, as I say that, it turns around. That's generally what happens when I start talking on this, isn't it? Tanahashi now bringing Omega up into that sling blade. There's the pin. 1, 2, and again it's only enough for a 2. Tanahashi heading up top. There's another high fly flow. There is another high fly flow. The frog splash from the top. 1, 2, and no! Oh wow, how was he kicked out of that again? That's the second high fly flow of the match. How was he kicked out? Tanahashi can't believe it. What is Tanahashi going to have to do? And Omega now catching Tanahashi with the jawbreaker. But Tanahashi reversing Omega instantly. There's the snapmare. And now wrenching back at the arm, just trying to catch a few breaths. Omega, big right hand. Taking Tanahashi up on his shoulders. There's the German. Bridges for the pin. 1. Oh, referee. 2. He's done it. Oh, wow. What a match. What a finish. And Kenny Omega is the brand new Octane Champion. Wow. That, my friends, was pretty damn good. I enjoyed that. I really did. And Omega... Oh, it looks like he's not done yet. Omega wins the championship, but adds insult to injury by just booting Tanahashi right in the chest. Ooh, interesting. Does that lead up to a potential rematch? Tricky, isn't it? So Omega now with a momentum boost and a hot streak. Tanahashi with nothing. Why? What is wrong with this game? You saw it, it said Octane Championship. So why is Tanahashi still the world champion and Kenny Omega not? Oh, that's Matt Jackson, that's Nick Jackson, that's Kenny Omega. So why is Kenny Omega shown as a tag team champion? Oh, this bloody game is so broken, it's unbloody believable. Either way, I will give the championship to Kenny Omega now and make sure everything is balanced and correct, ready for our next episode of Octane. But like I said, I wonder whether that attack after the match will give Tanahashi an opportunity, or maybe we'll give Tanahashi a chance to try and win number 1 contendership. I don't know. We'll have to plan it out and see what's going to happen over the next month, and we'll come back to you in a few days' time for our next episode of Octane. But that is the end of this show. I hope you have enjoyed it. It's been a long one, I know. Of course, if you have enjoyed it, please do hit a like button, and please also subscribe if you're not already, because we're uploading one of these videos every other day now, and in between we're uploading some random matches. So there should be some 2K18 content every single day for you. And hopefully that's the sort of stuff you enjoy. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in a few days' time for our next episode of SWE Mayhem. Bye.